Hello guys, welcome back to Mr. Cloudbook channel. So in this video, I am going to explain how to create a DigitalOcean account. So here, if you create this account, you will get the credits, okay, like $200, and you have to use this $200 credits within the 60 days, okay. So if you are going to create this account, it will ask for your some kind of card details. So and if you give those, so it will ask for some kind of amount at the starting. So this is just for the confirmation of your account, okay. So you will be refunded soon. That's why I'm going to explain before only. So if you wanted to create this account, this is free one because $200 means nothing easy. So you will get this particular account for free for the learning. So this is under your completely your access. So you can create the Kubernetes and keep it on for 60 days completely. So you can learn all over the day and no worries about your charges. Okay, and let's go create the account. In order to create this account, I will give you the particular link, okay, in the description. Use that one, so you will get the $200 from my side. So once you click on that link, you will get this particular kind of banner. So get started and sign up with Google. I am using the Google account of mine, so this is my mail I'm using. Continue. So it will say like this, and it will ask for some kind of business type. You can give it as a software company, and you have to use it for AI and machine learning. That is up to you. Since I'm going with the AI, and else what the website content site, and so I'm using 50 to $500. Let's make it to 10 to 19, and I'm using CLI API SDK infrastructure as code and submit. You have to answer these questions. So what is your role and everything? Submit. So it will ask for your card number, all those things. So and if you click on this one, so you have to give the card holder name. So you have to give the card number. Use the Visa card or MasterCard or American Express. It will ask for some kind of amount. So if you add it, so it will create an account and you will be refunded within the 24 hours or in the 2 days. If you're not refunded, you can directly talk with the customer support also. And you can just click on enter address manually. Okay. I will add the card number and everything, and if you click on save and sign up, it will send you an OTP. Okay, pre-authorization. You may see temporary pre-authorization charge to verify code, which will be reversed within a week. You can see this one. So which will be reversed within a week. So whatever the amount they will ask for you, so they will be returned back you. Okay. So it's asking for 1142 amount. So it will send you the password. I mean like some kind of OTP. Add it here. So I added the OTP and submit. Okay, you can see that code is added successfully. And what happened? I didn't get any kind of information here. Let me refresh again. Since I was created the account, yeah. If you refresh the account, you will see your account. Okay, and you can go to the explore your control panel. I mean explore your control panel. This is the account. You can see remaining credits is $200. You only be charged when you have used your credit. So till now, while you are using, you don't charge it for any kind of amount. So you can use this one. Okay. Okay, my account is created and I got a refund as soon as it did the payment also. So that is good. So you will also get the refund because I can't show the transaction, but I can say I 100% I got the refund within the seconds. Okay. And in order to create the Kubernetes, free Kubernetes, okay, if you click on here, so you can see here free trial. I have this one. See, 59 days and $200 of the credits. So this is more than enough to learn the Kubernetes from the scratch within the 60 days. Okay. So you can delete this before 59 days also the account. Okay. Since we are not going to pay extra money, so we are just using for the learning purpose only. And in order to create the Kubernetes, let's go to the left side panel here. So there is an option called Kubernetes. Click on here. So let's create one. So create a Kubernetes cluster. So you can select the region data center for your one. So which is closer to me. So the Bangalore, I will use that one. I'm using the PC network is default. So because we are not using any kind of changes here, still we need to learn this one. So use the latest version of the Kubernetes only, because these guys will release the Kubernetes versions uh, very frequently, like see, so they will release the new versions very fastly. That's why let's use the latest version. And you can give the node pool name. So what is the name for your worker node? Okay, so I'm going to use the mcb. Okay, the name should be starts with small letters, mcb worker. So Mr. Cloudbook worker. So and you can use the shared CPU and dedicated. So what is the difference between the shared and the dedicated one means? See, it's using the 4 GB of total RAM and 2 vCPUs and 8 GB of storage. So it's charging $24 per month. Okay. So and do we need three nodes for learning? No. See, it's cost $72 per month. Let's go with one. Okay. Okay. A minimum two nodes is required to prevent the downtime, but we are learning purpose, right? We are using why we need the two also. And I don't want to use the 4 GB of the total RAM also, which is very cost for me for the learning. So even I have the $200, I can assign it to something else. So I can go with this one, $12 per month. So I can go with the $12 per month. Okay, 2 GB of RAM and one CPU, that is fine, and $12 per month. Okay, that is fine. And if you go with the dedicated means, it will cost you more. Okay, you can see that it's $42. Okay, if you go down, there is no down here. So the starting price is $42 per month. So go with the shared CPU, like you will get for the less amount. It's asking for the set node pool to auto scale. If you click on here, so it will automatically increase your nodes also. Okay, so minimum nodes it will create the three nodes, and maximum it will scale up to five. Okay, since I don't need, I want just for learning purpose, that's why I'm going with the one. Okay, and you, if you want more, you can select two here, that is up to you. I'm going with one just for learning. And if you want add another node pool, you can just add here. Okay, and select additional options. If you want any I availability, you can go with this one. Just learning purpose, we don't need all these things. Okay, so what is your cluster name you want? So I want go with mcb-k8s, and the project is first project, since I didn't created anything. If you want to create any kind of tags, you can create them. And a basic node, that is enough for us. So it will create the master and a cluster for your Kubernetes learning. So that is enough for us learning purpose only. So total cost will be $12 per month. Okay, so you can use this completely without any issues, without stopping the Kubernetes and all. But we have $200, so we can use this. Okay, so if you want to go with the higher amount, that is up to you. You can use them. Okay, and click on create cluster. So you can see that MCP K8s has been created. So if you can see the loading process here also. So it will take some time to create the Kubernetes cluster. And for the resources, we are creating only the one worker node as of now. So we are going with this one. If you want to go with higher, that is up to you. I'm not saying you can go with the only one node. You can go with the two nodes or more. So because we have so many credits here, 200, you can just learn everything from the free. So this is under your control completely, and you can do anything from here itself. Okay, so I will skip this part since it will take some time to create the cluster. So the account is created, and this is my cluster mcb-k8s. And the resources, you can see that my worker is also working fine. So important load balance and volumes should be only created through the kubectl. So we have to create the load balancers if you need, and but we don't need all these things. And if you want to connect to your Kubernetes, you have to click on here, connecting to Kubernetes. And here there is an automatic way. So you can see that if you add this one, the command into your Kubernetes, it will save it. But if you want to do manually, you can download this one. Okay, so download the cluster configuration file. So this is up to you. So most of the people use this one, and no one knows this docstl. They are supporting the docstl also, but since I will use the manual, so I will click on here. So download the cluster configuration file. So it's downloaded here, and if you see, uh, let's go there. So cd into downloads and L. So what is the file name that it's created? mcb kts. Okay, cat. Oh, sorry, mcp. Enter. So this is the configuration file for the my Kubernetes, and these are the keys and authentication and authorization, everything stored under this particular one. Okay, clear it. And if I want to see the nodes, you can give the command called kubectl. So install kubectl on your terminal. I already told in the yesterday's video. Please watch that. So and if you give this one, so you will get kind of issue. So that's why we have to provide the kubeconfig file here. So we need to provide the file, and I think it should be without get first of all kubectl hyphen kubeconfig. Okay, let's see. So if this is wrong or not, since I'm using first time like this. Okay, okay, see mcb worker. So it's working fine now. And if I go with the pods on my Kubernetes cluster, so no resources are found. So most of the guys uses the Windows. That's why I'm created the Windows here. So let's install the kubectl on the Windows. So let's click on kubectl, install, enter, and install tools, Kubernetes. Okay, select the install kubectl on Windows. Install kubectl on Windows page. So if you just copy this particular link here, see, this is the link. You can just copy it, open a new tab and paste it and click on enter. It will automatically download the kubectl. See, so kubectl is downloaded. Okay, so all you have to do is just copy this link and download it there. So go to your file manager and you can see kubectl is installed here. So let's install the DigitalOcean config file. Okay, so this go to the Kubernetes, and next what we have to do is so this is mcp, and let's go inside that one. So this is the cluster and connecting to Kubernetes, and use manual, and just click on download the cluster configuration file, enter. So it will download the Kubernetes configuration file. So if you give the kubectl get nodes, you are getting that issue, right? We can see command call list. Oh, sorry, ls hyphen maybe. Oh no. So okay, no worries. Since here we know this is the config file we have. So if you give the kubectl get nodes on the downloads, you will get the issue. But if you give the command called kubectl get hyphen kubeconfig here, sorry, kubeconfig, the file is mcb, right? Nodes, sorry, space, give a space, enter. So it will work. Okay, if you don't give that file, so it's throwing the error. But we don't to overcome this one. Okay, how to do that one? So let's go to the here. So we have to add the environment variable. So let's go to edit the environment variable here. So in your edit environment variables for your account. So click on new. So you have to give the variable name. So let's give the mean. Oh, sorry. Here, give the name kubectl and path. Come here and in the download section. So we have to copy this and go to environment variables. Where is that? Edit the environment variables. Kubectl here, or maybe you can give it as the path. So that is up to you. And downloads, okay, and okay. So we added here kubectl, so that is working good. So please add that into your environment variables. Okay, so now we have to add the config file. Let's copy this, cut, and this pc, go to C drive, and users administrator dot cube. See, there is a folder called dot cube here. Okay, go inside, paste that file. Okay, and make sure to rename it to config. Okay, Control A and just save it with the config. Okay, yes. So it should be like this config. Okay, and clear the screen. Sorry, CLS. And if you see the kubectl get nodes, it will throw the output now. Okay, so all you have to do is just copy the file from your download section. So whatever the config file you have, download it and go to this PC and go to local disk, and under users go to administrator and under .cube. So since I have the main user as the administrator, that's why it's under my administrator. But if you created a new user for your use case like with your name, so inside there you have to find this particular folder called .cube and paste that particular file, configuration file, and change the name to config. No need to use the .yaml or anything at the end. Okay, so you can create the command called kubectl run. So you can give anything like nginx or anything hyphen image nginx. Okay, so it will create the pod. So if you give the kubectl get pods, so it will work without any issues, without providing any hyphen kube config or like that. Okay, so kubectl delete pod nginx. So I am deleting the nginx pod. So if you see, so it won't work. So all you have to do is download the kubectl and move it to the uh, add the path to environment variables for your kubectl, and then you have to add the config file to .cube folder. So without mentioning hyphen kube config, you can just give the direct command, it will work. Okay, and I hope you understand how to create the Kubernetes account, and for the free you can learn the Kubernetes, okay, for 60 days. Thanks for watching the video and keep on supporting to Mr. Cloudbook channel.